Today is Saturday, and this is Eunoia, spoken by Elswyth. Today is the 13th, and we just missed it being on a Friday, but I suppose that's alright. It's not like there's much mischief to get up to anyway. So how are you sleeping? I know at least a half dozen of you are enjoying wonderful dreams given to you by me. And of course there's more coming. Have you seen the ridiculous tracker that is up on Patreon showing how many are recorded, edited, and sent? If not, go take a look. So today is Saturday, as I've said. I have this word that's caught my fancy, and it is gowpen. Gowpen, gowpen. It means hands cupped together to make a bowl. Which one of my clever loyal followers can tell me which pose that is? Now, you're not likely to have heard the word much. I think it's Scottish, and there's a saying that goes with it, but I can't do accents. And I especially can't do a Scottish one. It's something like a handful of trade is worth a gowpen of gold. That sounds right. Basically saying that if you can do something, it's worth a decent amount of money. So, sounds kind of boring and capitalistic, doesn't it? But there is something to be said for someone who can, grow their own things, or turn this piece of lumber into this useful bit, or create music out of their imagination, or art. I love that if you hand me a pencil and a piece of paper, you're likely to get a list. It might be practical or it might not. But you're very unlikely to get an image. But I can easily imagine the image of a man sitting there with that same pencil and that same piece of paper and creating a spectacular owl, or maybe a badger. Anyway, that has nothing to do with today's word. Today's word is sensual. So going back to gowpen, hands cupped together to make a bowl, how do you feel when you go through the poses? Let's try a small experiment that even those listening to this on the bus can do. Smile by lifting only the right side of your mouth. A sly, knowing smile. One I'd likely give if I caught sight of a day caller on someone in my everyday life. Now relax your face. How did that feel? What note would you hum for that kind of a smile? Let's try another. Tilt your chin up just a bit. You don't have to look as if you're checking the ceiling for leaks, just enough to be more than normal. And while holding this teensy pose, I want you to consider how it'd feel to be the subject of my flattery. Standing there, hearing me brag about you to my dear friend or friends. You may be entranced or awake, you choose, but you will be filled with pride. Oh, there's that word again. And even more, you know that they're envious of me when they see you Feel their eyes on you. Know that their thoughts are full of what they would do if they could control someone like you. Feel lusted after and wanted, confident, knowing that you are seducing them simply by being. This isn't about how you look, it is about what you offer. So, what little gestures can you use to embrace your sensuality? What sound does sensuality make in your world? What note is just right? You can hum your note or perhaps even sing. Chant your word anytime. I promise, my dear, it will always do you good. Consider the wonderful, spectacular, fantastical. Consider it to be continual spellcasting. Hum when you're doing the dishes or driving or walking. When you feel caught in a thought that you want to change, and of course during our time together. The more you hum it, the more you hear it, the more you put it out into the world, the more power it has to affect change in your life. And it isn't magical unless you want it to be. It is the art of setting your intention. It is the art of knowing yourself and your thoughts. It is the art of knowing what needs changed and asking for that help when necessary. Knowing yourself. When you hum, the sound, vibrations that you make, they spiral out in all directions. You know that you feel the change already, even if before this March Eunoia, you never would have dreamed you'd be doing this. You know that you've benefited. You know that you're changing, and you know it can be our secret. But I know that others will see a change in you, a more confident you that knows more about yourself and what you really want and how to get it. My vibration and yours will meet. I've placed mine carefully in this music for you.